In the rollout for Travis Scott's new album, Utopia, the briefcases that say Utopia on them have played a pivotal role in the whole rollout and what we know about this album. So today, I wanted to take a closer look just at the briefcases, no release date, no nothing. You can check out the other videos for that and discuss what they might mean and what might be inside. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and details everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So pictures started surfacing of Travis Scott out and about with two different bodyguards, and you can see the pictures right here. A couple of them were taken, as I said, two different people serving as his bodyguards, but both of them carrying a briefcase with the letters either Utopia or apostrophe Utopia on them that are handcuffed to their wrists. So this was pretty important when this first popped up, because we thought that the album was inside these briefcases because it had the title Utopia or Utopia on them, and it was handcuffed to the wrists of the security guards. And this means that Travis or his team, anyone responsible for this, wants to keep those briefcases as secure as possible. And what, by the way, to keep the hard drive that the album is on secure, than to tie them to the wrists of the bodyguards that are always traveling with the artist, who already has a bunch of security around with him. These briefcases were also the ones that sparked some of the theories about this thing being a double album, because we had two different bodyguards with them, so maybe Utopia and Dystopia. And when you take a closer look at the briefcases, you can tell that it says apostrophe Utopia and not Utopia, just like in one of the pictures with the briefcases. The truck that Travis is stepping out of has the license plate Utopia. So that's why some people thought it was going to be called Utopia and be a double album between Utopia and Dystopia, but I dropped the album a couple of days back, especially just about this. So if you want all the evidence on that, make sure to go check out that video. So now we thought that the album was inside the briefcases, and the next time that we saw the briefcases was also with Travis and his bodyguard, so still, in the same setting, but this time it was in France, in Cannes to be exact. And you might know Cannes from the film festival, the legendary traditional film festival that Travis was also attending this year. And this picture right here made the rounds on social media, on the subreddit, of Travis opening apparently a briefcase, and we know that he also brought the Utopia briefcase to France with him, so he's opening the Utopia briefcase. And so people were wondering, and we must have concluded, why would he open the briefcase? Why would he bring the album and open the album in France? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. We did see him film a music video there as well, so maybe some of it was connected to just being there for business reasons, recording something, recording music videos, but his attendance at the festival, at the Cannes Film Festival, had nothing to do with Utopia or Utopia. So why open this briefcase? Well, longtime viewers of the channel or just followers of Travis Scott might remember that in 2021, he was announced to be writing a film script for the film company A24. We had this first draft picture right here that also says as the title for this thing, something IA by Travis Scott. So if you kind of look at it from a different perspective, you could tell that it says Dystopia, because it wouldn't make sense only to have three more letters, so UTOP, or four more letters, kind of miscounted there, on this title. So we thought it was going to be Dystopia or Utopia, or just something between those two. I don't know what it's going to be. We still don't know, but he's doing this, so he's involved with the film business, and maybe that's why he was in France at the festival, and maybe in the briefcase was the A24 movie that is somehow also connected to Utopia. But I'm going to go into what I think is in there at the end of the video, which also includes this theory, so make sure to stay tuned. Well, the next time that we saw the briefcase wasn't with Travis Scott at all. It was actually with The Weeknd. And we know The Weeknd is also working together with Mike Dean, who's also producing or mixing and mastering Utopia. And we saw this picture right here of The Weeknd stepping out of his car with a drink in his hand, and we can see the security guard that is with him with the Utopia briefcase also cuffed to his wrist. Now this was interesting because it basically confirmed The Weeknd as a feature, and I do believe that going forward in the rollout for this album, we're gonna have some announcement of the features, even though I would love to have surprise features just like on Astroworld. Let me know if you do too, but I would not be surprised if we see the announcement of the features through different pictures of the featured artists with those briefcases. This kind of also discredited the theory that Utopia is in the briefcase, so the album is in the briefcase, because why would The Weeknd be walking around with the album? That just doesn't make sense. Maybe his recorded feature for the album was in the briefcase and they had to securely deliver the briefcase to Travis because he didn't want any leaks of it, not sending the file somehow. That could be a theory. Let me know what y'all think about this. I do see this as a possibility. But other than that, we saw The Weeknd with it. This was also the picture, by the way, where they took the bodyguard and photoshopped him in with other artists that you might have seen on the subreddit. Really funny, just, you know, photoshopping the dude and putting like, oh, Logic was seen with the Utopia briefcase, like somebody who's completely unrelated. So that was kind of where it was up until 2 days ago, because 2 days ago, and I made a video on this back when this happened, but Mike Dean took to social media to tweet this. He tweeted, "In possession of the Utopia case." So with this tweet, first of all, it's confirming that it's Utopia and not Utopia, further fueling those theories about the double album. But as I said, refer to that other video that I dropped. I go into all the details of this in that video. But also he's saying he's in possession of the Utopia case. And why would Mike Dean, the person who's mixing and mastering the album and who's responsible for putting this all together, get this briefcase? It's obvious now that in this briefcase, some sort of, you know, hard drive or files or anything related to the music on the album is gonna be. What's interesting is, and you might have seen this in that other video if you've watched it, but the last time that Mike Dean got a hard drive was back in 2018, because on July 12th, 2018, he tweeted out, "Got it," with a picture of this, you know, that time around not as glamorous with an entire briefcase, but just a hard drive, and this was for Astroworld. And then Rap Direct kind of pointed out that Mike Dean got the hard drive for Astroworld on July 12th, as I said, and the album dropped only 3 weeks later on August 3rd. So people are saying that it's now only a matter of 3 weeks until Utopia drops, because that was the way that it was back in 2018 with Astroworld. I'm not so sure about this, but it's always the case that Mike Dean posts about getting the files, getting the album before it drops, and then he's kind of doing his thing, mixing, mastering, executive producing, whatever, putting together the album, and then it drops. So that was kind of another confirmation that the briefcase contained the album. What I think about this. So I don't think that necessarily in every single briefcase is the hard drive, the one hard drive for Utopia. We might have something like backup hard drives that are different briefcases. That wouldn't explain The Weeknd with the briefcase though. I do think that in the briefcase with The Weeknd was his features for Utopia, and Travis just wants to keep everything discreet and have all the artists, you know, put him in a briefcase, deliver it to him personally, and generate some hype and some mystery around this. Now, concerning him opening the briefcase in France, in Cannes, I think that in the briefcase there's more than just the music, there's more than just the Utopia files. In the briefcase is actually the whole thing surrounding this album. And I think that this movie for A24 that is titled Utopia, Dystopia, Utopia, whatever, is going to be connected to the album. And so in the briefcase, there's the music side of the album, there's maybe the movie in it, there's maybe anything else related to this album packed in one hard drive so that it doesn't get lost and stay secure. That's my theory on this. Let me know what y'all think about this though. What do you think about the whole mystery about this briefcase? What do you think is inside of it? And when do you think Utopia will drop? All of your thoughts and your theories on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.